guys, good afternoon. This is Totally Sassy TV from the 803. How are you guys doing on this beautiful Sunday? Doing good. Just out and about getting some things done, and you know, trying to finish up early so I can do my live. I have a paper to write. I have one more class to finish my degree, and y'all, I am excited. And I will let you guys know when that is finished, okay? But I still have one more degree to go, and I'm going to accomplish that. I have made up on my mind. I might as well keep going until I get what I need. So anyway, we're going to talk of love and marriage at Huntsville, okay? And remember, all things on this channel is alleged. In my opinion, it is for learning, teaching. It is for sheer entertainment when entertainment applies, and today it applies because we're talking love and marriage Huntsville, okay? We also do reality and reality TV. All right, so let's get started. You guys, it started out with the Scotts, Marsau and Tisha, having a date night, a date day, or whatever they call their little once a week thing. And they come in, you see Marsau talking to the bartender about a certain drink, and they having a conversation. Letitia comes in, and she looks cute. She has a male hairdo. You know, Tisha is a mirror type woman. Anything that can get Marsau's attention on her from Mel, she would do it. And y'all remember, Mel had that brown hair and updo at the table when the original six got together. Now she's got the brown and a shorter bob, okay? It's okay, Tisha, okay, you know, but you're getting a little serious with this. But anyway, the bartender fixed her drink. They began to talk, ask how each other's day was, you know, busy, as always, busy being what, I don't know. But anywho and anyway, they talk, and, you know, Marsau goes to the confessional, and he says, you know, date night is very important to them. They put it's a precedence of everything that they do, okay? Whatever. But anyway, they talking and all this, and Marsau said, and by the way, I invited Mel to Black. And Tisha's like, whoa, what? Wait a minute, huh? Why'd you do that? And he said, we had a conversation with Mark, and as the collective, we agreed that we will, you know, tell each other what is going on, why, you know, what's going on, to keep the air clear. He said, as for me, I want to make sure that everything is out there, that she knows about it before anything transpires. Now, I don't know if there's another conversation that was beyond what production showed, but it seems like he wanted her to be aware if there's something else that comes out there, okay? And so my stand on it, he had plenty of opportunity to do this. I mean, it seems backwards. Like, you could have did this in Destin. You could have did this at plenty other, you know, things. I just don't understand why he chose it. Well, I do. He just got to have Mel in his presence by himself, okay? She was like, but you didn't ask me, and why would you text Mel personally, this is Tisha, to invite her to Black? I know, she said that could have been done in a group text, and he was like, well, I didn't text her, my assistant texted her, okay? She's like, that's so disrespectful. I just don't understand why you do that. And so he looks down and looks back at her, because Marsau know how to troll. He said, so you know you're going to play the role of a jealous wife. And she said, baby, it looked like The Exorcist. You hear me? That thing did 3 heads in one time. I was like, whoa, wait. I ain't never jealous of nobody, nothing, or nobody, nothing, or nothing, or whatever she said. And she said, no effing thing. Put it that way. Okay, foul mouth, Miss Innocent. And Marsau, it looked like Marsau, y'all. He looked at her like he wanted to laugh. Like, y'all, the look he had on his face was priceless. Cause he was looking like, yeah, I know you jealous of me. Yeah, like, yeah, that's the emotion I wanted you to feel. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like. And so he was like, this is not about being jealous. He said, this is about doing what we say we're going to do as a group. He said, not only that, he said, you and Mel need to move past this. Y'all still holding on to past stuff. This stuff is gone. In other words, Marsau was like, this stuff is so old, I'm sick of it. You know, you need to let it go. Why can't you let it go? And because of the things she did, what did she do? Tell me, what did she do other than tell you the truth about your husband? Everything Mel said is the same thing everybody else has been telling you. But for some reason, you hold on to Mel and nobody else. You want to know why? Because you know your husband's attracted to Mel. That's all it is, point blank, period. In my opinion, allegedly, we all seen it. I've been saying this since I've been watching Love and Marriage Huntsville. Marsau has always been attracted to Mel, and Martell knows that, okay? But Martell knows how to keep him at bay. Mel, she don't see that. She might look at it as he might be to me, but ain't no way in the hell I am attracted to legs, knees, and breast. Oh my. Okay? Okay? Or is it legs, breasts, and thighs? Oh my. Okay? The whole bucket of chicken in one sentence. But anyway, she gets mad, he gets mad. She said, I can't let it go. He said, but we were in destined. Now, y'all, this scene was long, but it told a lot, okay? We were in destined. You were smiling, laughing like it was the best thing in your life. Y'all remember this right quick, because I'm going to get to something else in a minute. And you had the best time, that's what you said. And then you come back here and you got this energy. And Marsau's like, I don't understand it. I don't. You can see the frustration with him because, you know, he doesn't understand it. And she's like, I was being cordial. He said, no, you were being more than cordial. You were being friendly. Okay? In other words. And she was like, I can be cordial, but that don't make me friends. I'm not her friend. And Marsau was like, how you going to be cordial and not somebody's friend? Well, being cordial means I might not know a person and I'm not their friend, Marsau, but I can still be cordial and carry a conversation. It's just like meeting a person the first time. I'm being cordial because that's courtesy, okay? I'm not going to go off on somebody I don't even know nothing about, but in this case, in this instance, Letitia knows Mel. And she knows Mel is not her friend. Mel is not going to be her friend. She is done. But Mel said the same thing. I can be cordial. I can laugh. I can talk. But after that, that's it. You know, I ain't going to reminisce on a friendship. I don't blame her. And anyway, so Marsau fed up. You know, he walks out, steams out, and comes back in. He's talking to her. And she's like, I'm going to get the kids, my girls, and I'm going to spend the rest of the day with them. Okay? She was pissed. He was walking out talking about, Tisha, you know I love you. Very telling. You know I love you. But you gotta let this stuff go. And he was like, and she was like, I'm going to get the girls. And that was the end of that scene. Next you see Martell and Chris flying Fletcher. Ooh, how a Fletcher. That's a good looking man. Now that's a good looking man. I don't care what nobody say. He dressed fine. He talks elegant. He look like he smelled good. He is fine. Nice size. Not too skinny. Not too chunky. Even though I like a little chunk holding on to. And just fine. Very elegant looking man. So, honey, wifey, I don't blame you. Fight for him, honey, because he was worth that. Yes, he's a reformed player. He's a reformed straight, okay? But anyway, they're talking about the IMS wine, aka INES wine launch in Alabama. And Martell is like, they're at this, look like a rustic door company or something like that. And they've done a lot of like wine openings and stuff. Martell really didn't like it, wasn't feeling it, because he says it's a lot of doors. But Chris Fletcher is like, well, you're launching a wine and you want it to have that rustic look, you know, because most wineries do. They have a rustic look, but you can have flowers there, a violinist. You can have people passing out your wine. It can be elegant, but it does need that rustic look. Okay, and so basically Martell was like, well, it's not giving what I want, but I can see it, I can visualize it being nice. And Chris said, well, either you're gonna pay for this or the luxury. Which one is it? You know Martell ain't got the money. And Martell like, this right here gonna be the cheapest thing I can do, okay? And thank God he did, because of the way next week looking, he came and get his words out. Anyway, they get to talking, and he tells Chris Fletcher that he and Mel went to Destin with the kids and their mothers, and they had a wonderful time. And Chris' eyes kind of gleamed. You know, what is this meaning? He was like, no, we're trying to do the best place right now for our children. He said, I don't want Mel, Mel doesn't want me, and that intimacy part is out of. I'm trying to get back a friendship with Mel so that our children can see their parents prospering together as friends and doing the best co-parenting possible. No, Mel don't want you, but you still want Mel. Let's be clear. And Chris Fletcher was like, yeah. And I get it, you know. And Martell goes into the confessional, and he says, you know, I know a lot of people see the oldest and they have a lot of hope, but you know, right now it's for the kids. Right now it's for the kids, okay? And if there's any hope later, then maybe, but if not, you know, it's just for the kids. So anyway, they get to talking about Marsau, and Chris Fletcher's like, yeah, I got a bone to pick with him. And Martell was like, what's going on? He said, yeah, apparently there was a picture that floated on Marsau, and Marsau told his wife that I was with him all day in Atlanta. And he said I was only with Marsau for 2 hours. I think it's from like 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So he was like, I don't know what he did for the rest of that day, but I was not with him all day. You know, in other words, Chris is a reformed player. His wife will question that. And in other words, Chris like, I don't need those troubles. And he said, I'm still building my trust with my wife and trying to keep my family together as well. So I don't need those troubles in my life. And for him to go and say that, you know, it put question in my household. And yes, I got a bone to pick with him, allegedly. All right. So, Martell then said, what? Okay. And goes to the confessional and says, you know, social media has portrayed Martell to be this person, and he's not, and you know, put him out there like he's this awful player, and he's not. In other words, no, Martell, you did that. You said that with the 20 women statement. You said that said that all of us cheat, okay? All of us has had women. So that went social media. You told it to social media, and social media went with it and started finding things back to back, okay? So let's be clear. Liar, liar, your nutcracker pants on fire, okay? Let's get it clear. Let's get this right. But anyway, so it goes off from that, okay? Ooh, yeah. And then it goes to Mel and Marsau are meeting up at Black. Mel comes in, they do a cordial hug. Marsau greets her. They sit down. And she says, so what's the meeting what's this about? And she said, you know how we talked about, you know, each other's talking to the respective other people that, you know, have contributed to the demise of the show. That's what my own personal opinion. Demise of, you know, of confusion. He said, I talked to Mark, and she said, again, what's this got to do with me? He said, well, it's more about Van. She said, okay, but I'm not here for that. What about me? And Marsau was like, ooh, turned to mama for a minute. Y'all see that face? He's like, Marsau did. He was like, ooh, shoot. He said, well, I just wanted you to know that we had this conversation with Mark, and if anything transpired, I wanted you to know that, you know, whatever they talked about, it didn't get aired. So it must have been something else. He said, so if it happens, if something comes out, I want you to be first to know that we've talked to him. We tried to rectify the situation. He's a ticking time bomb, in other words. And she, just be aware that we did talk to him. I just thought as a group, like we said, we're going to inform each other that, you know, when things like this happen, to keep the group aware. And Mel said, well, I appreciate it. Blase, blase. She goes to a confessional. She said, you could have told me this on the phone. And I agree. He could have. But y'all know Marsau want to get a sneak peek. You know, he wanted a sneak peek with Mel. He loves some Mel now. He loves himself some Mel. I ain't going to see him lie to ya. Okay? And so it goes on to the Scotts. Kimmy and Maurice and Marsau and Letitia. They're all at Kimmy's house. They're all talking. Marsau is cooking. She said, ooh, this like the old Marsau used to cook and all this stuff. What? Okay, Marsau, whatever. Anyways, he's cooking, and then, you know, Martell shows up. They hug and greet. They all sit down at the table. And Tisha, someone, I heard you got a cougar. Like, yeah, and he was like, what? I got you a woman. He said, look, let's not start putting titles on things like that. And he said, ooh, and then Kimmy said, sure, right. Yeah. Y'all got the internet talking. And he started laughing. And he did say, now, Kimmy, he said, we're not going to put a title on anything. And then as they were talking, he reflects back and says, as I'm sitting here thinking, and Mel walks in, the doorbell rings, Mel walks in her all white. She wanted him to know, baby, you remember this, in all white. She comes in, he said, I remember today is our 14th wedding anniversary. Would have been. And she comes in all white, you know, where Mel gonna slay wherever she go. Tisha looking at her. And anyway, before Mel comes in, Tisha's like, yeah, we went to Destin and we had a good time. Oh my God, what a great time we had. But you were just sitting there talking earlier that Mel, you don't like Mel. I mean, the contradictions, okay? Tisha, I don't think she know what she talking about from one sentence to the next. Is this Tisha or is this toilet paper? Because one minute Tisha hating and toilet paper talking about the good times they had. I'm confused. The confuserization is kicking in. I'm confused. Tisha, either you like her or you don't like her. Which is it, sir? Which is it? Okay? So, they're sitting there. Like I said, Mel comes in. They're all sitting there having a good time talking. Kimmy's talking about this reminds me of the great times. And even after all the stuff that we're fighting about, we can still come together, laugh, cut up, have a good time. And it reflected back to them when they were in Miami and having dinner. And they were all laughing. And Kimmy comes out and told them that she was diagnosed with, you know, breast cancer. And everything, you can see Mel heart drop like, whew, what? And then Martell was like, huh? He got up, he hugged her. I honestly think that was genuine because he does love Kimmy. Even though him and Kimmy don't have their flaws, but now Martell genuinely likes Kimmy. They can fall out, but they'll be right back cool, cordial again. But yeah, he hugs her and says he's sorry. He tells in his confessional, you know, his grandmother passed away with cancer. It was traumatic for him. That's why he named the wine after her. And Mel, you know, was, you know, constantly been in contact with Kimmy. But she said that, you know, it was hurtful to hear that to such a nice person. And she's going to be there for her. Okay, and you know, it was a great scene. And as they got ready to go, they was talking about Mel say, "Can I ask the question?" Everybody say, "Hell no, bye." You know, it was so nice to see that, y'all. That's how it started, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed them, even though that Tisha and Mel not getting along. It was just something about them. I think when it went wrong, when too many people started being added. Destiny should have never been added. I think Destiny is a it stirrer, and she was just looking for something. Like I told y'all, when she came up on Kimmy that time, child, I knew right then. I said, you're trying to be too much too soon. And then, you know, now Stormy and her husband will be a great addition to this, and maybe one other couple. But this was the originality of what started. Even though Mel and Martell not together anymore, to see them get along is so calming. Now, I know they're not going to get along because on the next thing, it ends. She says she trusted Martell. They got back down there. He comes home and tells his baby mama that she had a personal, you know, tells her about her medical condition. And nobody could say nothing about it but him. And he go tell her baby mama, nobody mention your name, sloppy 4 ounce. Nobody. Okay, the show is not about you. This is about what was transpired between your baby daddy and his ex-wife. So the show is not about you. Keep your little crazy mindset over there. Don't nobody care about you. Don't nobody care. But the simple fact that he went and told you a personal thing is wrong. And that's the things that Martell has got to learn, boundaries. And I'm just telling you guys, that should have been personal between Martell and Mel. Even though in Martell's mind, he's thinking, well, Maverick gonna be around me. All of us is being around me. So, you know, Mel is sick. I might not get Maverick. Hell, Maverick could have gave Martell the virus. Martell might have not even know he had the virus and gave it to Mel, because Maverick was sick as a dog 2 weeks prior and been sick all the way up into the trip. So it could have been Maverick gave it to Martell. Martell gave it to Mel and everybody else in the house. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you guys, that's my take on it. I will be going live at 6 o'clock today. We have a good conversation about it. Tell me what you think. What do you guys rate this episode? The Move Fund is still going to December the 18th. It's $ Teresa Lindsay 12. Please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get that 10K, okay? Subscribe, give to the channel, comment below, share, like the video, okay? And I will see you guys at 6. All right, have a great day. Bye.